Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aaron and
I read fantasy.
Today's video is all about series I want to read next year, and the list is ambitious. 18 series I have written down. Let's see if we can make any of this happen. First, we want to start off with the Crimson Moth series, first book, Heartless Hunter. It is about a vigilante witch who is saving witches, who falls in love with a witch hunter and tries not to die in the process. The next series that I want to start is the Hierarchy series, book 1 being The Will of the Many. This book is Red Rising meets fantasy, and I have fallen in love with the Red Rising series, so let's hope that I can still have some good luck with this. I am finally going to read The Song of Ice and Fire. Some people are saying yay, some people are saying boo because it's not going to be finished, or we don't know if it's going to be finished, but I'm going to read it anyway and I'm going to film the whole thing. Let's see what we have here. I am going to jump into Ryan Cahill's universe, The Bound and the Broken. I've never read indie fantasy, and I think that this could be a good place to start. A lot of people really love this series, so I'm going to jump into that. I have 2 series by Black authors that I want to jump into. We have Evan Winters, the Burning series, starting with book 1, The Rage of Dragons. And we have N.K. Jemison's series, The Broken Earth trilogy. I am super duper late to the party and I want to catch up and I want to read these series. On this channel, we absolutely love Jay Kristoff, and I've never read the Nevernight Chronicles, I've never read the Nevernight Chronicles. And I love Jay Kristoff's humor. I have heard that this series has some problematic writing in reference to the female main character. I only know Jay Kristoff from his writing in Empire of the Vampire and Empire of the Damned. And I was thoroughly impressed with these books. These are books that I'm absolutely obsessed with, that will always be on the shelf. So I'm hoping that I also fall in love with the Nevernight Chronicles, as this was a series that he published before that. And I know that Jay Kristoff also has some YA writing that I might get into this year as well. One of the books being Illuminate, I think, where this is YA science fiction. I'll let you guys know if I get into that one. John Gwynne. So John Gwynne, I started Malice last year in I think it's the John Gwynne. So in the year 2024, I picked up my first John Gwynne book, Malice, from the Faithful and the Fallen series. Malice is book number 1, and I DNF'd it. I DNF'd it twice. And I think maybe I just wasn't in the position to read John Gwynne's writing. From what I hear, John Gwynne writes really epic battles, and he also has some battle experience of some sort, so his combat scenes are said to be really fulfilling. So I am going to go back to The Faithful and the Fallen, and I'm going to read through book 1. Book 1 in any fantasy is always the hardest to read. I'm going to read through book 1, and I'm also going to start the Bloodsworn saga, which a lot of people really, really love. And the third book in that saga has already come out in 2024. So I am having FOMO. I'm late to the party. I want to join. I want to enjoy John Gwynn's writing. We'll see what happens with that. So, because just like with the Hierarchy series, because I have fallen in love with Pierce Brown's writing, I'm wanting to invest a little bit more time in some sci-fi writing. So I'm going to pick up the Sun Eater series this year. I'm also going to read Hunger Games for the first time. I'm nervous about that one. I'm going to read Mistborn, the first era, for the first time, and let's see if we can make it to era 2. I'm going to read my first Joe Abercrombie books, starting with The First Law. If there's anyone in the comment section that can tell me if there's a specific series or a specific order that you should read the Joe Abercrombie books, then let me know. I just know this is dark fantasy, and I'm really, really enjoying dark fantasy, grimdark to be very specific. And Joe Abercrombie is one of the authors that is of renown in this space. So I want to know what this is all about. Malazan, we have another series that is screamed about in the Booktube space. I understand that book 1 is difficult to get into. So with that being in mind and having that trigger warning, I'm going to be patient in getting through that. But we'll see. Maybe I'll really enjoy book number 1. The 3-Body Problem. I have a friend of mine that's already read this, but he is heavily into sci-fi. I want to see if I'll enjoy this too. I'm kind of dipping my toe into sci-fi with series. So is that dipping my toe in? Maybe it's more like putting my ankle in. I also will read the Dungeon Crawler Carl. So is that dipping my toe in? Maybe it's more like putting my ankle in. I also will read the Dungeon Crawler Carl books that are already out. Dungeon Crawler Carl books. So there are 7 Dungeon Crawler Carl books, say that 3 times fast, that are out already. I have been recommended to read these books via audiobook because you get a really intense feel for the characters and the characterization and maybe even more of what the author's intention is. I'm excited this year to pick up the Assassins Apprentice and read my first Robin Hobb novel or novels. And I want to pick up something from the Twisted Sisters, starting the Zodiac Academy. I don't really envision myself finishing this series as there are 9 books, but if I do happen to finish the Zodiac Academy, and if I don't DNF it and I do actually love the series, then I will pick up Neverkeep, their new series that they're working on, and finally get a chance to meet and greet the Twisted Sisters and see why they've been so popular in the young adult space. Okay, my video just cut out. I don't even know where the last thing it was that it picked up, but I will, if I finish the Zodiac Academy, then I'll start Neverkeep, their new series that they're working on, because book number 2 comes out in 2025. And that's the end of my video. Thanks so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.